The AI race is heating up. NVIDIA, Google, and ChatGPT. Who will be the #1 AI that the world will use? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Nick. Now, the AI race is heating up big time right now. We have NVIDIA, Google, and ChatGPT as the top 3 leaders so far this year in the AI race. And we also have some failures. I love you, Apple, but we're lagging behind. Also, Microsoft Copilot is also behind. They're right behind with Apple. But before we get started in today's video, let me know in the comment section below, what is your favorite AI? It could be Siri, it could be Chat, it can be Gemini, it can also be the one on Twitter. Which one is your favorite AI? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinion. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into the AI race. Okay, we're gonna start off with the failures of AI, and I want to talk about the company that I thought was gonna be the #1 leader in AI soon enough, was Microsoft. Now, we all know Microsoft is the biggest operating system in the world. I think a lot of people use Microsoft around the world. They should be switching to Macs, I'm not gonna lie. iOS is a better operating system. I'm just saying. The problem with Microsoft is consumers are not really using Copilot like Microsoft thought they would. Now, you would think that Microsoft, one of the best operating systems in the world, can easily integrate AI into its operating system and that it would be good. No, it is not good at all. A lot of people say that it has inconsistent accuracies, performance issues, it's clunky, and it's a generic user interference compared to everyone else. Also, another thing is that their infrastructure to try to make Copilot good is way more slower than what Google has already done with their infrastructure to make their AIs better. And a lot of that is high cost. I know Microsoft doesn't want to pay all that price for AI because these data centers and a lot of the stuff that they had to pay for, it costs a lot of money. And right now, Microsoft has their hands tied to even pay for all of that stuff. Their AI is not the best right now. Also, the biggest competition with them is Google. When you have a Windows laptop or a Windows PC, you're gonna use Google and Microsoft at the same time. But a lot of people are more using Google Slides, Google PowerPoint, and Google Gemini more than they would use a Microsoft Word, a Microsoft PowerPoint, and those are things that can be adapted into AI. But a lot of people say, hey, Google's AI interface is way more better than Microsoft. Google's adapting with everything. Google just made a deal with Apple to become integrated into their AI system, and they also did a deal with Samsung earlier before that to have their AI integrated into Samsung phones. So most people who have Apple and Samsung, their phones are already integrated into Google's system. They're already familiar with Gemini, and most of their phones are going to be using the same tools that Gemini does. So when you think about it, why would I use a Microsoft Copilot, which has been laggy, clunky, and it doesn't have the best performance? I can get better performance from Google. Also, when you talk about the other company in the room that I just mentioned, Apple. Apple is one of those companies that we thought would lead the AI charts, but they have not led anything in the AI charts. Now, I bought my iPhone 16 because I thought I was gonna get Apple Intelligence. You would think that Siri would be smart. Siri has a heavy reliance on using OpenAI. Every time you ask Siri something, it uses ChatGPT. Hey, can ChatGPT help you with this? I'm working with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is working on it. Working with ChatGPT. ChatGPT says ChatGPT X. Now, the problem with that is, us Apple users hate using Siri because it feels like she overly relies on ChatGPT. Now, I mean, when I say openly rely on ChatGPT, anything and everything you ask her is, can ChatGPT do this? And the reason why Apple use ChatGPT, we promise our consumers that we'll have AI ready. We'll just use ChatGPT for a little bit and have it train our AI models for a little bit, and then we can get good at it. It's a couple years, it'll say using ChatGPT, but then we'll have Apple Intelligence integrated in, and everything will be all right. Apple has still not done that, and we're in the year 2026. We was promised this back in 2024, almost 2 years ago. Luckily for Apple, Gemini will now be integrated into Apple's AI system. So now Gemini will train Apple's AI and make it smarter, and also be integrated into Siri now, which will finally make Siri smarter. Hopefully we don't have it saying working with Gemini, because I hated it when it said working with ChatGPT. We gotta talk about the dumbest AI, Grok. Now, Grok is good for, if you're in a Tesla, give you some good funny moments, and then it's also it's actually more smarter than Siri. I'm not gonna lie, it actually is more smarter. I mean, the fact that you can use Grok and the Tesla, and you can do multiple things and it'll do it for you, that's good. But Grok on Twitter, Jesus Christ, Grok, what are you doing? If you go on Twitter, and they fixed this now, but past month, Grok has been going crazy. You can ask Grok to undress women, and it does it. Grok has done it, and that was like the first part of it. It was undressing girls, so they had to fix that. Then it started putting girls in bikinis, and it undressed somebody who was not in the legal age to be undressed. And Grok had to issue a whole statement why that wasn't right for him or nothing like that. They made the AI Gronk issue a statement. The company should be issuing a statement. But after that, they had to fix Gronk again. And then people bypassed what they fixed for Gronk. Then after that, Elon Musk said, we're going to make Gronk be paid subscription to alter images and do other stuff, right? You know these Twitter people paid to undress girls again. I mean, you couldn't stop this mess. So now I think it was a law. I saw something earlier that it was a law that they're making to where AI cannot do that because that's inappropriate and it shouldn't be shown online, especially in the public, and how it can alter your face and everything, like how it can alter your looks or alter something that you did. But yeah, Gronk was doing some crazy stuff that shouldn't even be legal to do. Alright, now we gotta talk about the big three in the AI race. ChatGPT, Google, and NVIDIA. Now first, what I want to talk about is ChatGPT because they are last place in the AI race. ChatGPT will always be on top because it's, everybody uses ChatGPT. It has a strong user fan base. But the problem with ChatGPT is that they are still non-profitable yet. If you don't know this, OpenAI made a web browser. Integrate all of these AI tools into a web browser and make it easier and better for users, to try to switch away from Chrome and Google and use OpenAI as its regular source, kind of making OpenAI a big market. Well, unfortunately, that failed. And the reason why that failed is because Google will always own that market share. Google owns YouTube, Google Chrome, Docs, Slides. Everyone uses Google. I mean, it's a good consumer-friendly place, and we've been on there for 10 to 15 years, so it's going to be hard to try to switch us out of that. I mean, Chrome is just a better option. Now, I did download it myself, and I thought it was going to be big, but I don't even use it because I just find Google Chrome better. Also, the problem is that Google is competing hard with OpenAI right now. I mean, they are in a heavyweight dogfight with Google. And Google acquiring Apple and taking Apple away from you, because OpenAI had their tools integrated into Apple, but the fact that Google Gemini has just outblown ChatGPT in every shape and form, and Apple switching from you guys to Gemini, if that's not competition, I don't know what is. And Google's data centers are endless. I mean, it's Google. Google has endless data centers already. And on top of that, they have a great market share around the country. They can pay for these GPUs and RAM, all these prices. They can pay for it. They're Google. They have a lot of profitability where they can make and revenue that's coming in. ChatGPT does not have that much revenue to come in where they can train all these models and try to compete with Google. It's hard to compete with somebody who's making more money than you. I'm just saying. All right, the next one we have to talk about is Google Gemini. Now, when I tell you Google had an insane run starting off the year in a couple months before ending off 2025, they went on an insane run. They made a partnership deal to have Gemini train Apple Intelligence, which is perfect, which means that Gemini will be integrated into all iOS and Apple devices that support Apple Intelligence. A big W for Google. Also, Google has the most infrastructure to compete with the AI market, and they are winning big time right now. They're struggling to deal with NVIDIA's GPU and software to help them get data analytics on AI. Also, Google Gemini integrates perfectly when it comes to Google Docs, and integrates perfectly when it comes to PowerPoint slides, and it's also integrated into YouTube now. There's a lot of things that Google owns and that it helps with having Gemini, especially on the web browser, and Gemini itself is pretty good. If you've seen the stuff that Gemini can create, it looks realistic. A lot realistic. And Google's dominating the AI market right now. It's going to be hard for them to be number one because, hey, NVIDIA has something that Google does not have. And the reason why NVIDIA will be number one is because NVIDIA controls the GPU of all of these AIs. NVIDIA is the number one source where it's holding all these companies together because, hey, I have the GPU and you need me for your company to be good. Now, Google makes their own GPU and has it have the whole market share be used on AI, then they'll be number one. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. If you know something more than me, let me know in the comment section below. Let's have a discussion about it. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.